Hey guys, this review is about War of the Planet of the Apes, the last installment in the Planet of the Apes franchise that was rebooted recently. This tells the story of Caesar, the leader of the apes, living with the other apes in a system of caves after the aftermath of the last film, in which one of the apes just went insane and attacked humanity. In this case, Caesar just wants to be left alone, but he's not, because the military arrives, kills a bunch of his people, and he wants revenge from the leader of those military men. Many things ensue because of that. He discovers a lot of things about himself and about the apes and about the future of life on Earth, basically. So it's really an interesting movie. Of course, the best part of this movie, I have to say, is Andy Serkis' performance as Caesar. Andy Serkis is a master of motion capture performances. You might know him as Gollum in the Lord of the Rings trilogy and as Captain Haddock in Tintin, the Tintin movie that was done by Steven Spielberg, and he has done many other characters. He's going to be in Black Panther, not in a motion capture performance, but I don't care because Andy Serkis is just such a great performer. I mean, he does the best that he can with this Caesar character. I mean, and Caesar is a very deep character in the sense that he's a leader that just wants to be left alone. He doesn't want war, he doesn't want to fight anyone, he just wants his people to be left alone and live in peace. That's what he wants. He wants freedom and peace, that's all. And he's not, I mean, they don't let him have that in any of the movies that have been in this trilogy, and that's creates a character that has so much inside of him, and all the expressions, the facial expressions, and what he does in the movie, it's really well done. It's really well reflected. Everything is so well done by Andy Serkis with this character, and I think Caesar is going to be one of those big characters that cinema remembers forever, because it was not only a technology milestone, if you will, but also a performance milestone, because this is new territory still. Motion capture is not widespread, and maybe one day it will become widespread, especially in science fiction. So that's really great about this movie. The directing is not bad at all. It's really good. It's Matt Reeves directed this movie. He directed the last one, and apparently he's going to direct the Batman movie that we don't even know if Ben Affleck is going to be in that, but whatever, Matt Reeves is there, at least for now. And he's really good with action scenes. The action scenes in this movie, especially in the first half of the movie, are really good. It's really entertaining to see these two factions confront each other, and looking at this in the sense that you know that they are all going to lose in a way, because the apes are not protected with armor or weaponry or nothing like that. They just have their strength, and you know that humanity is just dying. I mean, they don't really notice this in the movie, but they're dying, and there's no way that humanity is going to have the upper hand anymore in the future. They have become an endangered species, so that's really, I mean, it really weighs on the movie, and you really feel it. Especially at the end of the movie, you're like, wow, humanity just didn't know what was coming, and they brought it all onto them, to be honest, in this movie. That's why I talk about them and not about us. Of course, the visual effects, besides the motion capture, are really great. The other performances, it depends. Steve Zahn as Bad Ape, I think he is called. It's really entertaining. It's funny, but not too funny, because the movie is really serious. I mean, this movie is not a comedy. This movie is a very big drama with action scenes, but it's a drama after everything that happens. So I think it's nice that they have this comic relief with this character, and he's really well designed, and the voice is just amazing. But that's like the best performance after Andy Serkis' performance. The other ones are just good. Woody Harrelson, for example, he's good as the leader of this military faction. However, I don't know. I think many other actors could have done this the same way, to be honest, or have done a little bit differently. I mean, I think the character was poorly designed from the get-go, from the screenplay, so it doesn't really bring a lot to the table. Woody Harrelson has said so. He was inspired by many other performances and characters and things that happen in other movies, such as Apocalypse Now. So because of many of the scenes that are almost replicated. So that's kind of annoying, because I think it's better not only to pay homage in the best way possible, but to create new images that are going to make the movie you're looking at iconic, instead of talking about other iconic movies. So I think that's what they should have done, although Andy Serkis and Caesar are the big thing about this movie, and the big thing that people are going to talk about for years and years and years. And yeah, maybe Andy Serkis deserves an award. I personally think he should have been nominated for an Academy Award for Gollum, and many people called out for him to be nominated for Caesar in the first movie, and I still think he should be nominated. I mean, not win maybe, but nominated at least to say, you know what, you did a fantastic job, you did a great thing for cinema, here's the nomination as a reward. I think that would be great for Andy Serkis. Again, I think in general the screenplay is good, but it's kind of flawed, it's kind of rushed in some parts, and it's kind of too slow in others. There's a lot of silence in this movie. I mean, the score is really great when it appears, but it rarely appears, and the use of silence in this movie, and you know, because of sign language and all of that, it's really interesting. I haven't seen such a great work with you know, silences in a long time, and silences are very underrated in cinema. And cinema, normally you have music and sound and screams and talking people and things, but here there's a lot of silence and a lot of pace control, if you will. So I think that's really good about this movie. It's worth a watch, of course. It's really a masterpiece in many of the scenes that they do, especially in the caves, especially in the first half of the movie. The second half is not bad at all, but I think the first half is just precious, and it's really good to see Andy Serkis and playing Caesar. He's just amazing doing that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this review. Please like or dislike this video if you want. Please leave a comment down below about what you thought about War of the Planet of the Apes. Share this video on your social media, and of course, subscribe to my channel around here or whatever the button is. Thank you so much. Goodbye.